At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Sickos LSU here, returning with your game of the week for the last week of the regular season. The Arkansas State Red Wolves, led by bristling and buzzing Butch Jones, jaunted over to Boone for a Sunbelt showdown against the mighty Mountaineers. Both squads squared off in what the kids were calling a Bowl-Eligibowl, the rare winning in for bowl season for both teams who were carrying 5-6 records. App ascended to the early advantage, finding a field goal, but Arkansas State answered with one of their own. App added another, then got a fortuitous fumble and took a 10-point lead at the beginning of the second quarter before all hell broke loose. The Red Wolves fumbled again, but blocked the App field goal attempt. The Red Wolves finally put together an offensive excursion to the end zone, but then failed on the extra point. On the ensuing kickoff, the Mountaineers muffed the moleskin, and the Red Wolves pounced on the pineapple. Arkansas State slid into the end zone 2 plays later for a 16-13 advantage. App State then answered with a 45-yard field goal to have the scoreboard show 2 16s at the halftime whistle. Coming out of the half, the Red Wolves missed a 52-yarder. Coming out of the half, the Red Wolves missed a 52-yarder, and then App took the advantage back with a timely touchdown for a 23-16 lead. The App ascendancy was short-lived, and the rambunctious Red Wolves ran down the field for a touchdown to tangle the two at 23. App added another field goal after an Arkansas State interception, then added a fifth field goal for a 29-23 lead with 1 minute and 34 seconds remaining in the game. The Red Wolves rattled off a 7-play scintillating drive for 7 and a slim 1-point lead with 42 ticks on the Kid Brewer Stadium clock. The Mountaineers had to face the Red Wolves defense while also battling the chronometer. The Mountaineers managed to move the moleskin into Red Wolves territory down to the 27-yard line. App State set up for a field goal with 4 seconds left, needing a 45-yarder to save their season and send them to a bowl game. They sent out their kicker, who'd have to make his 6th field goal on the day to send the Mountaineers masses into merriment. The kicker struck the sphere and it sent it soaring into the air, speeding towards the upward uprights. The spear slid ever so slightly rightly and missed the mark. The Red Wolves roared as their fortunes found them bowl-bound. Arkansas State 30, App State 29.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee Podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of November 30th, 2025. It's almost December, which means our episodes get longer and more unhinged as we go along because, you know, listeners, when it's bowl season time, this podcast goes full off rails. As always, I am Jordan. With me tonight, I have Commish, Pitt Girl, Beth, special guest Sam Way, and then Arthur on the ones and twos. Sam, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Well, we are in various stages of cold, but let's talk about, first off, why you're here, because we caught you this weekend, Sam.
Yeah. Yes.
You were covering Wisconsin-Whitewater football.
Definitely. Yep. It was a cold one for sure. A lot of snow. There was a lot of snow, and it just kept getting, there was a little snow in the morning, and then there was more later, and it just didn't stop the whole day. It was terrible.
Sam, I don't know how much Commish has told you about what we do. We follow all sorts of football from top to bottom. And this past weekend was a magical day
Oh yeah.
because not only was it D3 playoffs, D2 playoffs, FCS playoffs, but there was also a giant mass of snow games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I-
everywhere. It was crazy.
I'm a sucker for snow games. Like I don't care who's playing. I'm putting on the game with the snow. And this is kind of how I ran into Sam. Basically, I had a snow quad box going. The snow quad box involved South Dakota State and New Hampshire.
That was blowing snow so no one could see. Okay,
and then then I had a Bethel who is in Minnesota versus Co. And then the bottom left hand corner I had Wartburg versus Wheaton, and then the bottom right I had DePauw versus Wisconsin-Whitewater. So that was my quad box. And then all of a sudden I'm watching these games, and then I see like all the D3 games that I'm watching. Like there's just people like, you know, there's nobody on the sidelines. It's just the players and coaches and like fans or whatever. And then all of a sudden on the bottom right hand corner, I see Sam on my TV, and I'm like, they have a sideline reporter for a D3 game.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And I was like, shout out to the D3 reporter like out there. I had no idea like name or anything, but I was like, this is incredible. Like first of all, I never think D3 has sideline reporters, which I'm sure maybe they do for radio, but having yourself, Sam, out there in the snow
doing God's work,
doing interviewing coaches before the half. Like I mean, like it's a normal like it's a huge SEC production or something like this. Like it's like Florida State. She's doing the interview with the coaches. Like the DePauw coach has like on a beanie and the snow mounted on top of the beanie, and she's doing the interview there. And I'm fascinated by this. So Sam found us and found the tweet of us respecting her work. And we got in touch, and I was like, I got to ask Sam some questions. And so that's why she's here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was definitely like throughout the week, we were beginning to prepare for this. And Whitewater has always had a sideline reporter. Honestly, I think we put on some of the best productions in, you know, D3 history. We have such an amazing program, and we're all taught like how to do these programs. And, you know, at the beginning of the season, we're all chosen for certain roles, like Gabe, our play-by-play announcer, and Nick, our color commentator. You know, they were asked to do that, and I was asked to be the sideline reporter. So it's something that you definitely like learn over time, but we've done this we do this for every football broadcast that we have.
It's amazing that we watch so much football in various states because we watch everything. Because part of being a Sickos committee is that we watch it all. And so we've all here watched YouTube broadcasts with a dude talking into an aux mic.
I think like when we first started this in like 2021, our first like Sickos game that we called that, we were all on like an El Paso website for like KVIA ABC watching UTEP versus New Mexico State.
Yeah.
It was like 1,200 on like their website page stream only could watch this game, and we got all like the local Las Cruces and El Paso commercials. So we watch all the weird stuff, and we love to find like all stuff like this. And then learning that Whitewater has sideline reporting completely threw me off. When you signed up for sideline reporting, you understood that there was weather involved. Like, have you ever done a sideline reporting game in the snow like this?
So I'm actually a sophomore in college. So this was my first year ever even sideline reporting. I knew that Whitewater does have a history of, you know, being a good football team, getting into the playoffs, you know, despite last year. I knew that there was a chance that we'd be working well into January. And you know, the thought was kind of at the back of my mind mostly throughout the season. But then a couple weeks ago, I was like, wow, like we are in the playoffs. It's going to be December, and I'm going to be outside for 5 hours on a Saturday. And so then I kind of started getting prepared. Like I had just bought that parka that I was wearing the day before and Black Friday. I went to a mall, dealt with all of that.
It does look very cozy.
It's very cozy.
It is definitely worth it. It is 100% worth it.
I was going to ask, you know, when you see sideline reporters for the NFL and things like that, they're all very, stylish, things like that. Who are you wearing, Sam?
That's a great question. I watch a lot of broadcasts, kind of like you guys, just throughout all kind of sports. And I don't think there's really any one person. I just kind of see these like looks and I'm like, wow, I want to look like that because all of these women just look so cool. And every single one of them is an inspiration. And I'll be on Pinterest or I'll be on TikTok, and those like types of videos, they'll give me inspiration. And I just think it's so cool to like see these women, and then I can go out and buy that stuff and then be them. And then I'm like, wow, like I feel like a real sideline reporter. This is really awesome.
Well, you are a real sideline
reporter.
reporter.
You are a real sideline reporter.
Full stop.
Yeah.
Full stop.
I was going to say, we have on the podcast here tonight, we have 2 student radio alumni. Arthur and I both worked for WPTS radio at Pitt. So like, we love student media. You guys are killing it.
Yes. I think it's such an important part of the process too. Like I said, I'm 19. I'm a sophomore in college. This is all still so new to me. But being able to like make these steps and, now I'm on a podcast. This is absolutely crazy and such an amazing opportunity. And it's like, it's starting to feel more real in like a sense of like, yes, I've been working all season and now, I'm better at what I'm able to do. I know how to do more things. I understand how to do research and put that out into a report in a timely manner. I know how to ask coaches questions, and it's all so awesome.
Sorry. She has some good questions at the half too. So basically like you said, you bought the coat Black Friday. I mean, was it like the North Face, like parka hoodie, or what did we have going there?
We did not know what we could do with logos, considering it was an ESPN broadcast, and we didn't really want to do any violations. So that's why I was wearing a scarf. But yes, it is the North Face Arctic parka. I think.
Yep, that's a classic.
Because I was just like, I went out and I bought a Steve Madden, just like a really cute kind of, you think of Vince Lombardi and his, tan coat. That's the kind of coat that I have. But I was like, yeah, that's not going to do anything on Saturday. So I was like, you know what? I think I just need to go to a mall. It's Black Friday. Everybody has the sales. I'm okay with the driving. I'm okay with the parking. I'm okay with the people. Go find something for tomorrow so I don't completely freeze on the sidelines and I'm not shivering like, all right, guys, thank you so much.
Did you have hand warmers like ready?
That was me a couple of weeks ago. I think it was the UW Eau Claire game, UW Whitewater versus UW Eau Claire. It got really cold like in the middle of the game, and I was totally not prepared for that. My electric hand warmers died halfway through the game. We still had another half an hour of football left. And I was like, uh-oh. I didn't bring an extra hoodie or anything. So I was just kind of like shivering on the sidelines trying to give my fourth quarter report. And I'm not gonna lie, it was not my best work, but we persevered. We persevered and we learned. We learned a lot.
You gotta
but
learn.
when you put your highlight reel together, see, that's what they want. When you think about like what weathermen do, right? You think that, in the hurricane.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
So you're set there.
You are college football's Jim Cantori.
Yes, I hope so.
Can you give me an idea of what the conditions were like on the field? Like I see it on TV and I'm like, okay, it's snowing.
Do you see it on TV? Because it sounds like you were destroying your white balance.
Totally. But no, I see the snow all over the field. I see the players like gingerly walking off the field to like get to the locker rooms because they don't want to slip on ice or anything like that. What are we looking at like accumulation wise on the field? Because I was like laughing at all the entire team trying to like get the snow off of the field so they can try to kick an extra point. Are we looking at like a couple of inches of snow, like a foot? Or how much?
We have been warned about this snowstorm for about a week. And, I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Well, man, was I proved wrong. I think we got a total of 14 inches throughout the 2 days. And, if you were watching the game, you could tell it didn't stop. It had started snowing at 3 a.m, and it did not stop until I think maybe midnight last night. And it was cold. It was wet snow.
Oh,
too,
no.
Which, was not great.
No.
And there, surprisingly, Whitewater's surrounded by a lot of farmland. So there was a lot of wind, especially on campus. There was like no wind. I was very thankful that the wind was on my side that day because I was pretty warm. The parka was nice. I did have 3 extra layers on under that on both halves. I was not messing around. Because I get cold very easily, and I was like, I am not today. Today is not going to be the day that the cold gets to me. But it was just like constant snow. You couldn't really see super well down the field. I don't have super good eyes, so I was kind of like squinting. I was like, okay, wait, what's going on down there? And then towards, I think, the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, the snowflakes were getting bigger. And I was are we kidding? Is this serious? And then, I went up into the press box after the game just to go talk to my announcers and talk to the radio announcers. We're all such a tight-knit group. And after games is like kind of when we talk to each other and we're like, guys, we just did an ESPN broadcast. Like, this is amazing. And sad that it was the last game of the year, but I'm super thankful that I got to be with this crew this year. But we were, I went up there and I think all of the stuff melted off of me. And it was just crazy. And halftime too. My 2, Ryan Hollida and Colin Reynolds, when they came down there, they weren't wearing hats. Their hair gone, destroyed. It was so bad. And it was wet snow. And I kind of felt bad. We only have 1 microphone down there. So I was talking to Ryan and Colin. And so I was going side to side and I kept looking at them and I was really distracted by their hair because it was just like a mountain of snow. And then I was like, oh gosh, but it was wet and cold and little wind, which I was appreciative of.
On this podcast, we are super in favor of local broadcasts, especially local radio broadcasts. That has especially this year when ESPN had the carriage issue with YouTube TV.
Right.
We convinced a lot of our followers finally to switch over to radio broadcasts because radio broadcasts are so much more fun. Because you're dealing with actual personalities who are biased as all hell, which is sort of the more fun version of it.
Radio, local student TV, early season. I love early season Pitt basketball games where they have like the home crew calling them, especially because I know some of the guys because we worked at yes. It's like, oh, hey, it's Jason. I know him. And like, it's delightful. I love student radio.
We were able to talk after the game. So Gabe Sadowski and Nick Demas, those were our play-by-play announcers for the broadcast. I believe it was Zach Kreider and Chris Flynn who were the radio broadcasters. And we were preached this entire week. Like, this is a neutral broadcast. Yes, you guys are Whitewater students, but you guys are not rooting for Whitewater. You are rooting for a good broadcast to be put on. And so when we got out, we were kind of talking like, it was, for our announcers, it was a little tough to, be happy for DePauw when they got a score, but they were able to do it flawlessly. I was very proud of the work that they did. For me, my reports are always pretty neutral, so it wasn't super hard for me, but we got out there and we were talking about it. And Chris was like, oh, our broadcast was 1,000% bias. And I'm like, you know what? I need to go see if I can listen to it because I heard that they got very excited when Whitewater was scoring. And I want to hear that. I think it's really great.
Now, we need to know because in FBS and FCS football, some conferences are very rah for their own conference members.
Yeah.
There are some where if you're an SEC member, you cheer for your SEC team sometimes. Where I come from, I went to Dartmouth. The Ivy League can burn for all I fucking care. Like Yale can burn down. The fact that they won this weekend, I was happy, but that's about it. Now, how do you feel about your fellow WEAC teams? Are you going for River Falls now? Are you cheering for them to go?
So I'm not really sure how much I'm allowed to say about the team.
Well, don't get you in trouble.
But they did wipe us out. I think it was 52-14.
Oh, it was brutal.
It was a rough game. I'm not going to lie. I'm glad it was away and I wasn't reporting on that because usually during my broadcasts, I get to talk to Coach Jace Rindall after the games. And learning how to talk to a coach that just lost a very important game is one of the most difficult things I've had to do when I'm like, I'm smiling for the camera and I'm like, Coach, what led to the decision to do that? And then they're just like, yeah, we did that and we lost. And it sucks. And I'm just like, okay, awesome. Back up to you guys. But I think honestly, I definitely want to see lacrosse go far. Platteville went far last year. They had their 5 seconds of fame. Good for them, whatever. And River Falls, they kind of came out of nowhere this year.
Right? Just shot up, especially after living sort of in the middle of the WIAC for so long.
Oh my gosh. And, last year everybody was like, oh, River Falls is going to be so good. And they weren't. And then this year, everybody was like, oh, River Falls is going to be so good. And I was like, oh, well, maybe it's just the same thing from last year. No, not even close. I was looking at some of their scores just to give an update. And I do Inside Warhawk Football, which is an interview with Coach Rindall every week. So I get to ask him about it. And I was like, wow, they have one loss. Okay, cool. What? And then I watched some of the the UW River Falls and Whitewater game, and I was just like, yeah, they're really good. So I think I'm rooting for lacrosse to win something, or at least go farther. But I think River Falls could definitely go as far as the finals, for sure.
Now lacrosse runs into the buzzsaw of North Central next week.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Do they really?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. And North Central. If you want to talk about a game, it didn't have quite the snow, but had the wind.
Yes, North Central. I think that'll be a good game, but I don't know.
Should be.
I don't know. I know these WIAC teams are so tough. I definitely believe that the WIAC is one of the toughest, D3 divisions across the nation.
Sure.
And it's so tough that when you lose a game, you're like, how did we lose that game? Or when you win a game, sometimes you're like, we should not have won that game. But then we get into the playoffs and, you're doing your research and you're looking at, when I was doing my research for DePauw, I saw that they were 9-1 in their conference. They only lost to John Carroll. Well, Whitewater beat John Carroll in the preseason last year. So I was like, okay, let's look at the conference. The conference itself, I was like, oh, compared to Whitewater or compared to, the WIAC, I'm like,
no, there's no one in that conference. Right.
Okay. And then people kept asking me all week long, they're like, who do you think's going to win? And I was like, well, DePauw beats Whitewater on paper every time. Every single time you match them up on paper, DePauw's winning. But when you look at the actual gameplay, I was like, Whitewater has a fairly good chance, I think. And then it was the kind of game I thought it was going to be. It was close. It was tied at half. I'm pretty sure we had a scoreless first quarter.
Yeah. In the snow. It was so nobody could get anything going. I'm surprised that there was only 2 missed kicks and they were both extra points. I'm surprised somebody made a 40-yard field goal in this game.
Oh, 100%. I think the weather conditions did have a lot to do with how, the outcome of the score.
Yeah, the offensive line couldn't really get much footing for any of the running game, and it seemed like DePauw was in the backfield almost automatically every time they tried. The Warhawks tried to run. And I went to another school of the Warhawks, so I went to Louisiana Monroe, the Warhawks down in Louisiana. So
are those the only 2 Warhawks in
I think we're the only 2 Warhawks, the only 2 Warhawk connection there. So yes.
Warhawks disambiguation.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
We're more plane based now, though, like the Warhawk plane, the P-40. But
I see Calhoun Community College in Clayton, Alabama.
Okay.
I see the Auburn Montgomery Warhawks, Auburn University at Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
I see ULM.
Yes.
I see McMurray University.
Ooh. Oh yeah, McMurray has the crazy colored field. Yeah, it's like gray and maroon, right?
McMurray changed the Warhawks for very similar reasons that ULM did.
I see a bunch of high schools. I see Wisconsin-Whitewater, and I see the Wilmer Warhawks, which is a Tier 3 junior ice hockey team in Wilmar, Minnesota.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That is super cool.
And now I'm distracted by 3 video games, all called Warhawks. So
talk
to you guys in half an hour. Bye.
So is this a class you're taking?
So no. Yes and no. So I'm a journalism major. My minor's in sports marketing. And so we do have a class where like you can run the cameras, you can help do the audio, you can help do the graphics. But I am currently a staff member of UWW-TV. I am a student director. I produce Inside Warhawk Football. I host Inside Warhawk Football. Last year I did the sports update for both semesters. And that's where I kind of started learning how to edit and stuff. But when you're a staff member, usually just get picked for like certain jobs. And my boss, Mr. Jim Mead, came up to me during the summer and he was like, look, I want you to be a sideline reporter. Is that something you're willing to do? And I was like, because my dream job is being a sports reporter either in the NFL or the NHL.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I was still 18 at the time. I had just gotten done with my freshman year. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. But then I was like, yes, 100%. And it was definitely an experience learning how to be. I've been in front of a camera before, but I've never been in front of a camera on a live broadcast. And hosting a show is a lot different than sideline reporting. And it definitely took a couple of games for me to like get comfortable and be in front of a camera on a live production, but it was really fun. It was really cool.
Sam, if people like what you do, where can they find you?
So I just made an X account. My last name is Way, and I love my last name because I feel like there's so much you can do with it. Because it's spelled like W-A-Y. I am on X. My handle is Way in the Game. My media account, which doesn't have anything on it yet, but trust me, there is content coming soon. Mostly hockey content since the football season will be over.
Nice.
But it is going to be Way in the Game, and I am on LinkedIn.
Awesome.
Let me see. I don't know what my LinkedIn is. I know there's a lot of Sam Ways out there. I learned that. I was like, is this a common name? Do I have brothers and sisters I don't know about?
We can link it for you. Whenever if you want to send an address, we'll send a whole bunch of stickers to your Whitewater friends.
Oh, okay? Perfect. Yes.
All your broadcasters that had the messed up hair and everything.
Oh, yeah. I was like, if I can mention you guys, I will. Because I honestly would not have been able to do any of this without them. I am so blessed and so lucky to have such an amazing team like with me. I am currently the only girl on like that football staff. And yes. So it's, going into it, I was a little nervous because it's no secret. We've all seen what can happen. We've all like heard how some people talk, but having I went into that first meeting and I've known some of these guys for, about a year and I know that they're great people, but some of them I didn't know too well, but being surrounded by such like a supportive group of guys in this male dominated field that are like okay with me being there and they want to see me succeed and they want me to like grow and get better. And it was just honestly really refreshing. Definitely a refreshing thing. And being able to like see that like not all of it is going to be the worst thing in the world. And you will have supportive people. And like, they were my people this year. I seriously don't know where I would be without Gabe Sadowski. He was my rock during this year. Seriously, like huge shout out to him. He was so awesome. And I can't thank him enough. I already told him this, but I seriously can't thank him enough. He did so much for me. And Josh Jacoby, he helped me with Inside Warhawk Football a lot this year too. Again, also my rock. Like those two guys, they are technically like my boss in the sports department. And they were just absolutely amazing people. And just being the only woman there and knowing that like I do have a support system to fall back on when I need it is just so awesome.
Been there, feel you.
Yes,
love to hear
yes.
it.
And sometimes I'm like, wow, okay. But there are other times where I'm like, this is the best thing ever. And I'm so happy that I could be here.
Samantha Way, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
As always, stay warm and let us know how things are going.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Sam. Have a great evening.
You as well. Thank you.
Bye. Remember when we had that much energy as a kid?
The kids are all right. That was so
delightful.
I love her.
In college. I love her.
Well, folks, I'm not going to do the straight introductions, but I already mentioned who's on this podcast. We got to talk about snow games, because if you were somewhere between Indiana and Iowa and Minnesota and over to Michigan,
and I mean,
you had a snow game. And was it the full cast that said this, or was it Split Zone that said that the lower we get in the rankings in terms of like FCS D2, D3, it felt like the more snow we got, because the D3 games looked like they were being played on Hoth. I expected a tauntaun to come out and just watch someone cut one open.
It was nuts. I don't know if it's like just a location where these universities are in the state, because like Minneapolis, kind of in the center of the state, whatever. But if you're going to like where Bethel is, it's a little bit different. Or where Whitewater is, a little bit different. Where North Central is in Naperville, Illinois, which is it's close to Chicago, but not that close. But like again.
So I think that the D2, D3, the kind of lower levels of college football games that were being played there were still kind of like, oh, those are good games. Whereas the FBS games that were being played in the part of the country that was getting covered in snow, those were kind of like, don't look at that one. Like, it's fine.
South Dakota State had trouble.
No, I thought Northwestern Illinois was fun.
I also thought Northwestern Illinois was fun.
You're on this podcast.
Yeah,
dude, the axe, like Minnesota, they had the drone shot in the beginning of that. Oh,
it was great.
I know somebody that was at that game, and it looked like he was having the time of his life. There were guys with tarps off in Minneapolis in the blizzard. We love to see it.
Cleaning off bleachers with trumpets.
Okay, that Beth. You saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it. I yell at you.
Yes, someone cleaning off a bleacher, valves first.
Jesus.
Pushing snow off the trumpets.
Straight into the bottom of the valve stack. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you gotta hold it the other way.
And then was like, oh, look, my valves still work. For now.
Yeah, for now. What'd you put in there? Blue goo, idiot? I guarantee you there's some synthetic ass terrible oil in that thing that is going to seize up. Oh.
Yeah, no, you should be using the trombone to clear the snow, guys. Come on.
I mean, yeah, it has the long pushy part.
Uh-huh. What more do you want? Especially if you have one of those trombone runners that you put over your bell.
Oh my God.
I don't even know what that is. Like I'm just here.
The little doesn't have like the logo on it.
Yeah, that was maddening.
Wow.
I sent that to all of my band director friends and got cursed out.
Basically, my approach this weekend was, if you ain't got, what's the, God damn it, I'm so tired.
If you ain't got what?
What's the Sir Mix-a-Lot line?
Anaconda line?
I don't want none unless you got snow, hun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because
oh my God, we got we got breaking news. Mark Stoops has been fired.
What? What? Now?
No, we're not talking about this tonight.
Okay,
sorry.
We can still break news.
I would like to take 5 seconds just to acknowledge that it is 10:34 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, November 30th, and this news is breaking right now. We'll discuss on Tuesday.
News is going to keep breaking. That's why we're going to wait, because we might as well get all the news
on Tuesday. But yep, done.
So we did have sickos touching snow this weekend.
No snow. No snow where any of us were.
It snowed a little bit here this morning.
It snowed a bit on the way.
Arthur, you were at a volleyball game and a football game.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring this up.
Let's go.
We talk about some of these promotions, right? Wisconsin is the one that has garnered attention because they have now finished their season where they had a promotion where they could earn a gas discount for their fans. Mm-hmm. And they earned their fans a gas discount once all season. So the promotion that I've become aware of at Pitt volleyball games, and this might have been a thing earlier and I just wasn't paying attention, but there's a promotion with this local taqueria where you can get a free taco if Pitt wins 2 sets.
Okay, that's reasonable.
I mean, okay, but how many sets do you need to win to actually win a volleyball match?
3. And also, Pitt volleyball is very good. I would be willing to make you a bet that this taco joint is losing money.
I don't think they're losing money. I think this is a deal that they get to put up on the scoreboard every single game as a like, hey, here's a code for a free taco.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it does kind of seem odd to me to have a promo that's tied to like some sort of team success like that, but team success that stops short of winning.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels weird to like
that's true.
You get a situation where that they lose 3-2 and you're like, our free taco promo hits.
You could get reverse swept and be really mad about it, and then go get a sadness taco for
right
free.
Like what if a football team had a promo where like we have a 28-3 lead, you get a free taco or something like that's what this feels like to me.
Arthur, you were also at Pitt football, but we need to talk about the Elf, the movie branded buzzball. How was that?
I mean, I don't know what I was expecting.
Maple syrup.
Yeah. I mean, it tasted like, the fake maple syrup. Like if you go to, I don't know, like McDonald's and get a McGriddle, like that maple syrup flavor where it's not real maple syrup.
We've all done the real maple syrup chug challenge, right?
No.
I like how you just like I do hear it says like now we've all done. And I'm like, here's some Dartmouth nonsense.
This is some Dartmouth shit.
What is this thing I am assumed to have done that I'm going to say I haven't done and then might discover I have done?
We've all seen Super Troopers, and they chug maple syrup, like a thing of real maple syrup.
Why would I waste good maple syrup like that?
That's a movie, dude.
The only thing out of Super Troopers I'm doing is purchasing a liter of cola.
I tap my own maple trees, and the idea of wasting all that work infuriates me.
It gives you your blood sugar does spike afterwards.
No shit. That's what I use as like a rescue if Puddles is having a low.
College kids are smart. All college kids are smart. We've been over this.
Ivy Leaguers are the smartest.
Your pancreas works better if you slap it a few times.
You got to get it into shape.
It's like trying to get a printer to work.
Slap the bag.
Shake the toner.
You got to blow into it.
We are not going to talk about the coaching carousel.
No. You don't have to play the music
tonight.
No.
Yeah.
Tonight, because we are going to talk about the games tonight. Arthur made a very good point that a lot of times
So I didn't experience this at all on Friday and Saturday, outside of one game where it did kind of seem relevant. But I saw people complaining about the coaching carousel, the coaching search, one coach in particular overshadowing college football. And, I didn't experience that myself. Like I felt like people were pretty focused on the games at hand. But that might've also been because I was listening to a lot of radio broadcasts and attending one of the games. But yeah, we're going to get to all of it. Just the way things broke up. We don't have that many games on the schedule this coming weekend to preview, with it being conference championships for FBS. And so we're going to move everything to the show we record on Tuesday. We'll drop on Thursday. And then hopefully also we'll have a more complete picture, right? We're still in the middle of hiring people. Hopefully things will be a little more settled down by the time we get to that, and we can just talk about everything, break it all down on the next episode of this podcast.
Sickos Committee podcast, where you come for measured takes about the coaching carousel.
Yes.
Also, of course, we'll have Marty Smith later on from ESPN later on to talk with us about these things.
Sure.
He's actually been hanging out right outside the whole time.
He's waiting.
He's waiting.
We
had to get Sam on first.
I have Coca-Cola Bowl Series season conspiracy.
Bowl-spiracy.
Because we've done the math, and there are 80 bowl spots.
Mm-hmm.
But suddenly this weekend, when Missouri State and Delaware become, or they're already bowl eligible, but this weekend they started
Missouri
posting
State
things.
Delaware needed to win.
Delaware needed to win. But they started putting up these like congratulations bowl bound shirts logos for Missouri State and Delaware, two teams who were in transition from FCS and therefore are only eligible if every other 6-6 team makes a bowl game. And so we thought there are 80 teams that made bowls, or 6-6, excluding Delaware and Missouri State. And we were like, perfect. It matches up 80-80. But then all of a sudden, all the official shit starts coming out with a count of 82. Now, listeners, there is no Bahamas Bowl this year. So we have a mystery bowl.
Famous Toastery Bowl. Famous Toastery Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I've heard a lot of people mentioning the Frisco Football Classic. One thing I can guarantee you is that stadium in Frisco will not be hosting an additional bowl game because they are not even hosting the one they usually host this year because of construction.
Yeah, it would be at the it would be at the Dallas Cowboys indoor practice arena in Frisco called the Star.
The Star. Yeah, I can't imagine they would add a second bowl game there when they're just doing their first one. But I'm sure they wouldn't have announced 82. They wouldn't have announced, because remember when UConn had won 6 games but didn't actually have a contract to go to a bowl game, the bowl season account was very clear that like we're not giving UConn the shirt. So if they're giving out the shirts, then they must have figured out. So I'm excited. Usually on Selection Sunday, we just get to find out what teams are playing in bowls. This year, they're going to announce a bowl, I'm assuming.
I'm incredibly excited for the Baja Bowl brought to you by Taco Bell.
The Baja Blast Bowl.
Because if we've learned nothing else, we've learned we need more food sponsorships from companies that are willing to be absolutely unhinged in their branding.
That's right. And then the winning coach gets a Baja Blast pie in their face.
No, they get Baja blasted with like a...
Oh my God.
What? Oh, yeah.
You're going to repurpose a t-shirt Gatling gun.
Well, I was thinking like Baja Blast, but it's like the the Nickelodeon goo.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I was thinking of like Super Soakers.
Or
also
that.
Good.
And the players are the ones that are hosing down their coaches.
The most important question here, though, is where? What is the host city for the Taco Bell Bowl?
It's probably going to be Dallas somewhere.
The Taco Bowl.
There's so many stadiums in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's probably going to be somewhere there.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a couple places. I would assume it would be a stadium that's already hosting a bowl game where they can just add another one because they already have infrastructure in place there. In terms of Taco Bell, my guess, I would say it should be Las Vegas because there's like a Taco Bell there where you can get married. And
I don't know why I found that funny, but I was just like, it doesn't surprise me. But
I feel like you could get married at other Tacos Bell if you asked nicely. Also...
Okay, but this one is like licensed or something. Like they perform weddings, and not like you can get married there.
I would like to propose a different idea. Although I do like
at a Taco Bell?
Taco Bell Bowl.
You want to propose at a Taco Bell?
What if we did the twice baked famous Idaho Potato Bowl?
Oh.
Yes, do another one.
Yeah. Famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Two potato, two furious.
I was today years old
buddy.
when I discovered that there was a city of Baja in Hungary.
There you go. I mean, we're looking to move our bowl games overseas.
Right.
The Holiday Bowl attempted to get to Riyadh. So,
I mean, Baja is
one in
already
Romania.
like a place in the sense of like Baja, California. So,
sure.
Yes, I know. But I discovered it was another place. And this one has different accents in it.
All right, folks. I'm at this URL, tacobellwedding.com. It says marriage on the menu. Your happily ever after begins at Taco Bell's flagship cantina in Las Vegas.
Is there a dress code? Regular restaurant rules apply. No shirt, no shoes, no marriage.
So here's the thing. There are plenty of times when people have gotten football married and bowl game married. But I don't know what the number is of the most people football married at once. And I feel like this is an opportunity.
Do we invite Guinness Book of World Records here? Like, I mean, we got to get these.
Only if they want to get married.
Beth, are you proposing a Mooney Bowl?
Yes.
We gotta have it in Northeast PA then. That's where the Moonies are now.
I'm fine with that.
I like this thing on the website. There's a list that says, here's what you get, right? It's like what comes included when you buy the Taco Bell wedding package. This one, it says, a Taco Bell sauce packet bouquet is available to borrow and walk down the aisle with during your very own Taco Bell wedding. So the sauce bouquet, they probably have them. They don't have that many. You probably got to give it back. That's what it sounds like. Oh my God, there's pictures.
How much does the
great.
Taco Bell wedding package cost?
Let me see if I can figure that out. I might have to request a quote.
Do you get any kind of a discount on the party pack you're going to buy after, or?
Good news.
Would be included.
Included custom Taco Bell wedding merchandise, which includes a sauce packet garter and bow tie, just married T-shirts, champagne flutes, a Cinnabon Delights cake, and of course a taco party pack.
Nothing like going up your lady's dress to grab the Taco Bell sauce garter.
I cannot overemphasize the need to properly orient that fucking thing, because that could go so badly awry.
I'm seeing $777.
That feels pretty reasonable, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some games this week. We had 3 Bowl-Eligibowls.
Bowl-Eligibowls.
The first of which was probably the craziest one and was our game of the week. This was Arkansas State at App State. Arkansas State ends up winning this one and getting the bowl spot, snagging it from the Mountaineers.
This game was lovely. I had this game on the entire time. It was starting off like, okay, this is kind of just like a normal game. But then the second quarter, everything went off the rails. The second quarter with like App State field goal, then Arkansas State fumble, App State touchdown. Now it's 13-3, App State leads. Then Arkansas State fumbles immediately again after that. I'm like, oh no, it's getting away from Arkansas State. But then they block a field goal of App State. Then Beautiful. They have the punt. Then it's punt. Then Arkansas State touchdown. App State muffs the ensuing kickoff, and Arkansas State gets the ball back. And then they get a touchdown like 3 plays later. Now Arkansas State's in the lead 16-13. And then at the end of the first half, they nail a 45-yard field goal to make it 16-16 at the half. And this game was so delightful. 902 yards of total offense. Arkansas State had 3 turnovers. App State only had 1. App State was relying on their kicker so much. They had a field goal to go up 29-23 with 1:34 left. The 5th made field goal from the kicker today. Arkansas State drives down, 42 seconds left, gets a touchdown, is leading by 1. App State drives down, gets a field goal range, tries a 45-yarder again, just pushes it wide right, and Arkansas State's going to a bowl. What a game.
It was great.
Phenomenal.
The Arkansas State gets to a bowl is great for the program. App State fans are unhappy with the way this season has transpired for them. We'll see what choices they make behind there. I know we're a first-year head coach, but this definitely feels like we fire some coordinators kind of moves.
This is crazy. How many games this year do you think Arkansas State won by 1 point this year?
It was more than you think. It was like 3 or 4.
So they won 6 games on the year so far. Like how many of these games do you think that they won?
It was 3 or 4. Okay.
So 3. They beat Texas State on an extra point weird thing there at the end. They beat South Alabama by 1. And it's just incredible, man. They get a bowl by 1 point. Again, just ridiculous for the Red Wolves.
On the other side of that, Georgia Southern at Marshall. Georgia Southern started with this game in control. Marshall comes back on them.
Yeah.
But Georgia Southern ends up being the bowl eligible, giving Clay Helton another reason to not be fired from Georgia Southern.
Well, I mean, besides that long extension they can't afford to get him out of.
He had over 500 total yards of offense for Georgia Southern, which is what made this game.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then our final bowl eligible, the one that we were all interested in, Penn State 40, Rutgers 36. You were right there, Rutgers.
I was locked in on this game and very upset at the end. Rutgers was so close. They were so close. Somebody yelled like "fuck yeah" directly into a crowd mic during this game or something to the effect of that. Everything about this game was perfect. Penn State had 509 total yards. Rutgers had 533 total yards. Penn State failed to stop a Rutgers 4th and 1 conversion attempt despite having 13 men on the field at one point. This was art, and I'm sad Rutgers didn't win.
No, so close.
But hey, those plucky Nittany Lions are now bowl bound.
Yeah, and I hope they're getting sent to the Pinstripe Bowl to play Pitt because they're gonna be super mad about it.
I don't know. I'm feeling Pitt Mayo.
I mean, I would love Pitt Mayo. That would be great for me personally. But if we don't
The
go
gang
to Mayo
all
Bowl,
goes
I want
to
to play Penn
perceive
State.
Pitt at once.
I want to correct something.
That always goes so well.
Correct it.
So we said Rutgers has never defeated Penn State, but they have. They have twice. In 1988, Rutgers won in-state college 21-16 over Penn State.
Okay.
And their first ever meeting in 1918, Rutgers defeated Penn State 26-3.
Okay.
So
how
they
many
haven't won in the Big Ten.
How many members of the podcast were alive the last time Rutgers beat Penn State?
3.
Okay. Because
It's not outside of the realm of possibility that I perceived that game.
Yeah, I certainly was not alive. So
Beth was immaculately conceived by Rutgers Penn State.
That is sad, but also might explain some things.
Commish, you refuse not only to engage with this next game on the timeline. If I hadn't posted it was going into extra time, no one would have known.
Extra time? Is this a fucking soccer
yes,
podcast?
It is. They had 4 minutes of extra time added. This was ULM 27, Raging Cajuns 30 in extra time. Now, Commish, our good friends who run the numbers better than I do.
Yeah.
They had the post-game win expectancy, which means that given all things that happen in a game, what are the chances that you end up winning this game?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe the Raging Cajuns were somewhere in the 3% area.
3.2% of the time, the Cajuns would have won this game. Yes.
So you're over here like Doctor Strange, trying to find better timelines. You've chosen the worst timeline.
This is not going to be fun when we look at Parker's stats of horror. How bad? Yeah.
Mish, can I get you to say Dormammeaux? I want to bargain in a Cajun accent.
Dormammeaux.
Dormammeaux. I want to bargain.
And Dormammeaux is spelled
Dormammeaux. Dormammeaux.
Yeah, Dormammeaux.
Dormammeaux.
Oh, bargain.
Look, man. I was watching this game, but I like just from a distance. Like I couldn't really say anything. I posted some highlights of the game from ULM. But once the fourth quarter hit, the last thing that I saw was ULM was driving, and they got inside Cajun territory with like 17 seconds left. They were on the Cajuns' 34-yard line. Knowing that ULM doesn't have a kicker, essentially, and they missed an extra point in this game, which they probably should have made, they would have won 28-27. But ULM's kicking woes god-awful this year.
Embrace the YouTube, ULM. Do it.
Yes, find a YouTube kicker, please. Really... The
Taiwanese toe.
They got like 2 yards, and then it was like they just tried to like get a pass to get closer. There was no way that they had anybody on the team that could attempt a 50-something yard field goal. So they have to go to OT. They first play in OT, 21-yard rush down to like the 4-yard line of the Cajuns. Then it's just like
this is where I joined the game.
1 yard run, negative 1 yard run, interception ULM. Now the Cajuns, any points they win. So that's it. Just incredible ULM outgained them by 560, by 200 yards. They had 516 total yards of offense, and the Cajuns only had 300 something. ULM should have won this game, but they can't kick. They are the worst kicking team in FBS this year. And I had a question. I was like, I've never seen a kicking team have a worse FBS season. They were 2 for 7 on field goals, the lowest number of made field goals in all of FBS. The lowest one is ULM. Notre Dame has made 5. NC State has made 5. Colorado State has made 5. That's the lowest.
People, when they talk about Notre Dame going to the playoffs, have considered the fact that their special teams, their kicking game is ass.
It's not good. ULM also 21 for 25 on extra points. They missed 4 extra points, the lowest percentage of made extra points at 84% in all of FBS football. I was trying to figure out like who was worse. And in like recent memory, Kent State was 0 for 7 on field goals in 1989. Arizona was 2 in 2003 was 2 for 11 on field goals. Kent State again in 2006, 2 for 10. 10 years ago, Wyoming 2 for 8. In 2011, Western Kentucky was 5 for 20 on field goals.
Ooh.
So that's
at least the other ones they knew they were bad and weren't trying them. But 5 for 20 means
5 for 20 means like we can figure this out.
We're gonna figure it out eventually. Big Red will make one.
He just needs more reps.
He just needs more reps. But I gotta look at 2011.
What it actually means is that they really didn't trust their punter.
Probably that. So I got to look at 2011 Western Kentucky. But just bad. Just a bad end of the season. I knew they would show fight. I knew they would come out and fight in this game. It's a rivalry game. They always do. And they probably should have won it. And to take it to OT is great. You would have liked to won it. ULM had kicked they had their punter Mackenzie Ryan kicked 2 extra points and he was 2 for 2, and I was like, did y'all not know he could kick extra points before this game? Did you not know that?
How would they know?
I mean the other kicker was 1 for 2, so it's like I don't know what's going on with the kicking there. Any kickers, please email ULM's coach. We need help there.
As my dad said this weekend, they show football on the CW.
Yes.
Oregon State at Washington State, the return leg of the Pac-2 Championship. Washington State wins on aggregate 38-19. In this specific game, Washington State rolls 32-8. This was the Washington State concept working. I have watched Washington State once in person this year and watched them get destroyed by North Texas. But I've watched a lot of Wazoo football, and when the concept works, it works. When it doesn't, it falls apart brutally.
So what I'm hearing here is that you have to like fix Wazoo very firmly in your mind so that the concept stays together and then it works.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because then we have the Beeves concept, which I still don't know. That doesn't work at all.
No, I spent a while trying to explain to obnoxiously Pitt boyfriend this weekend, like the importance of special teams. And no, you can't just teach a guy to long snap. Actually, we learned that doesn't work because Oregon State exists.
Unless it is me, because I'm built different.
That's right. Beth is built different.
All those dudes out there, well, I could fucking long snap. I'm a dude.
Obnoxiously Pitt boyfriend, I don't think he even thinks that he could long snap. He just thinks that you could probably teach somebody to do it. And like in the long term, yes. In the oh fuck my long snapper is injured term, no.
When I was doing the research for the long snappers of all of the things that we did on the Beehive to preview the season. Shout out to Velocisnapper, the long snapper for Vanderbilt, by the way.
That's amazing. I love that.
He follows us. We follow him.
That's
he's awesome.
Good.
Great handle. And there's like a long snapper with it's like a dinosaur with a Vandy helmet on. It's great. Let me find the profile. But like long snap, they're camps for this, and you have to have a speed on it. Like if you don't have the speed on it, like it's gonna get blocked. You have to have some oomph on it, and it is a hard thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do, it is something that, over time, you got to be able to like put some oomph on it and be on target, like 15 yards deep. And then other ones for like field goal kicking. It's 8 yards back, 7-8 yards back, and you got to hit a point, and the ball has to be like the right spin too. So it's a difficult thing.
We also had Florida State 21, Florida 40. Florida State's bowl dreams go down in flames. Florida got what they wanted. They're 4-8, but fuck it. They got to fuck their rival season.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's not the first team's season that Florida ruined this year. But the real thing, I mean, this was a real surprise for me because not that Florida State lost. They don't have plenty this year. But Florida became just the second team all year to outgain Florida State. Like this Florida State, most of Florida State's losses have been games where they looked like they were probably the better team and they messed it up.
Right.
I mean, like Virginia went to overtime. They had, I mean, even like that NC State game last week with all those punts that they couldn't come up with, but this one, like Florida just took it to them.
They just beat that ass.
Yeah, like I was surprised by that. I was really surprised.
We continue on to the CW, Boston College and Syracuse. Boston College rolled on Syracuse.
Yeah, speaking of messes that done got beat.
Did we not note the longest punt of the week went to the really handsome punter for Florida, Tommy Doman?
Ooh,
good for him.
I did not know that.
Yeah, 71 yards. He also did a surrender cobra when the ball bounced into the end zone. Like they were trying to save it, and then like there's a replay, and he does the surrender cobra on his helmet when they couldn't save it from being a touchback.
Honestly, fair.
Pitt Girl, did you look at him?
No, I have not.
Yes,
he
hair.
is handsome.
I'd say the ridiculously handsome punter for Florida. I think he was at Michigan previously, but Tommy Doman. Did we mention the fact that the
what's at Michigan?
Oh, yes.
Did we mention the fact that Florida State is the only FBS team to be winless on the road in the past 2 seasons? Did we mention that?
Oh, I thought Arthur would say that, but maybe not.
Okay.
I was going to say one thing that I want to say about this team is that, and I've said this on the show before, I think in seasons where Penn State doesn't do what Penn State is currently doing, we are considering Florida State for team of the year again.
Yeah.
And I'm not telling people how they should vote, but I think it is worth considering voting for Florida State in our final poll. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I would agree with that.
So as Commish said, Josh DePauw on Blue Skies, yes. Josh DePauw AP.bluesky.social. Only FBS teams to be winless on the road in the past 2 seasons. 0-12 UMass, 0-11 Purdue, 0-9 Florida State.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Great company.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we have 0-5 Minnesota.
God,
trying
that's
to get there.
Fucking cursed law firm. UMass, Purdue, and Florida State. Attorneys at law.
Attorneys against law, I believe would be the proper.
Florida State, almost certainly, yes.
On the CW, we had Boston College at Syracuse, like I said. BC rolls. They brought out the freshman again.
Yeah.
Although,
buddy.
We keep calling him the freshman. I am going to give you his name. His name is Joseph Filardi. He went 10 for 18 for 65 yards. No interceptions. No TDs. I think they were just trying to get him comfortable moving the ball.
Yeah.
Syracuse was a much more rush-heavy team than they want to be this game.
I wonder why that was.
But at least Fran Brown considered this. Because Fran Brown, when he gets a game plan, I feel like he's going to go with the game plan whether it works or not.
So I remember the Dan Velarde thing was that under Dino Babers? It was not Fran.
No, it was Dino.
It was Dino. So like Fran didn't do the Dan Velarde quarterback thing. It was Dino Babers. So I mean maybe I was just wish cashing that, but he did get a rushing touchdown. Dan the Man Velarde, ACC Player of the Week as a running back, but he was a quarterback And a tight end.
Egg.
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 I mean,
Egg bowl.
This one was pretty boring. I'm gonna be honest. There was like one point in the first half where there was some pushing and shoving at one point, and after that, Ole Miss kind of rolled. Like the football wasn't super compelling.
Nope.
I wasn't particularly interested in the off the field discussions that were being had on the TV broadcast. So
yeah.
I
spent this game putting my Christmas tree up. Shout out to the PA guy for playing Knuck If You Buck when the fight started, though.
Yes, that was great.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, like, Thanksgiving night, right? Like,
that's when the Egg Bowl should be.
Well, I'm saying, but it had, like, undivided attention, right? It's like there's nothing else on. Like, it's Thanksgiving night. Everything else is off. This game had to go up against some games that, I thought were a little more interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Like there were other games that had my attention over this one.
Let's do our ad read while we're sitting here. As always, if you would like to dress like us, and why wouldn't you? Home Field Apparel. Beth and I are even hoodie twinsing tonight.
Twin day.
Metty.
I see a Fightin' Ogre from Delta State and a Pitt hoodie too.
I have my Fix 6 shirt on. You just can't see it because I'm wearing a sweater.
Commish, how long is their Black Friday sale going?
I think it ends.
Okay, so you don't get the Black Friday sale, but they do have holiday sales going forward.
All sales end. Sales are impermanent. Home field is always.
That's true.
True.
Yeah, once you have the shirt, you have the shirt.
So hold out for a little bit. What I'll start doing is whenever we run into some big games, I always like to post some of my favorite shirts, some of the retro logos. If you guys can't tell when I post that, I'm a big fan of like the older retro logos, like 60s, 70s. When we get to the 90s, that's not my jam. But check out all the stuff that they have there. For whatever decade, they are amazing.
We need to pick a random home field. Thank you for coming to our production meeting. We need to pick a particular home field apparel item that we then ask our followers to purchase and take pictures of where they take it, like a flat Stanley.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that Angry Wave?
I mean, it probably should be Angry Wave.
Yeah, I think we've sort of established Angry Wave as like the secret sicko signal.
Maybe the Gooey Duck.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. That shirt's sold out, I believe.
Maybe. We'll see.
If you also want to buy fun things, go to our site, sickoscommittee.org. Use offer code MACCOON, MACCOON, for 20% off.
You have to spell it exactly like that. MACCOON.
MACCOON.
You also
type
get
it in.
Is
that sale still going to be going on when this episode drops?
Through 12/6.
12/6. Okay, so this episode will drop. You'll still have a few days to get those purchases in.
That's
and
right.
Free shipping for order over $100. This would be our biggest discount all season. We might do another Christmas one, but this is the big one. So if you want your stuff, go now. We have our Beehive where we write things, including our weekly Sicko synopsis, our stat summaries, and Andrew's weekly food fusions. He was already out shopping today.
Nope.
If you're going to big events this weekend, use Vivid Seats. Use our offer code SICKOS20 for $20 off a purchase of $200 or more. I will not be going to the Big 12 title game because I looked at those ticket prices, and because Tech is there, they're spicy.
As a spicy meatball.
If you want something a little cheaper than those tickets, how about giving us $5 so you can join our Discord and chat with us and listen to special podcast episodes? How about joining our YouTube, where we're adding more and more things every day? Our Instagram, our Twitch, shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to places we refuse to go. Shout out to Feed Your Mascot podcast, where our friends Jeff and Blue talk about the culture around college football. And no more college football blitz. It's over.
No, that's it.
But still go to Learfield, go to the Varsity app because they'll have all the radio calls.
Very good for listening to things when you are somewhere where you cannot see the thing for whatever reason.
It's way more descriptive. They paint a good word picture.
And great for basketball when there are 584,068 games.
True.
Shopify's point of sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. Need a fast and secure way to take payments in person? We've got you covered. How about card readers you can rely on anywhere you sell?
Thanks. Have a good one.
Yep, that too. Want one place to manage all your online and in-person sales? That's kind of our thing. Wherever you sell, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.
Kentucky at Louisville. Louisville just kind of rolls this thing. This was a ass beating.
Yep.
Look, man, like all signs, like Kentucky was rolling. They had won 3 in a row. They're definitely going to get, bowl eligibility. Here it comes. Nope.
Well, and Louisville was really like Louisville had lost.
No, and they were banged up, and you're like,
yeah.
They had Miller Moss back.
For some odd reason,
difference.
For some odd reason, I was like, I think Louisville's going to win this one, and I was right. It was cool.
Yeah, they had Miller Moss back. They were down to their 4th string running back, though.
Yeah.
Beth knows about that.
Beth can understand.
Wait, we missed one of the Sickos Touch of Grass. Beth,
No, you can't. Oh, fuck.
how is Tech West Virginia?
So it was about 19 degrees when I got to Morgantown to set up my tailgate tent. And then some things happened, and then everyone came over and we had soup and food, and it was really nice, and we watched some games, and then we all went home.
And there was no football in Morgantown.
My favorite moment of this awful, awful, awful fucking game was when my dad leaned down and whispered into my ear. He's like, it's like there's like 5 minutes left in this game. West Virginia's down 49-0. Dad leans down and goes, "Hey, do you think we should go for 2 after the 7th touchdown?"
Check the chart, Puddles.
What does the chart say, Your Honor?
Now, Beth, not to rub salt in the wound, because I don't do that. I'm a real easy guy here.
Sure.
So largest home loss since
ever.
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
Okay.
Beating a record that was set. Let me check my notes. Oh, yes, this season.
This experiment's going great. Everyone's having a great time.
It's fine.
What's wild about this is, and Smoky Musket was alluding to this yesterday. They and I were having a lovely chat. This West Virginia team beat a top 25 team on the road soundly. Beat a Pitt team we had no business beating.
Yes.
And did all of the other disasters at the end of this year and still finished with pretty much the same record as a Neil Brown team.
I
feels both better and worse.
I found a Neil Brown DVD about it's nothing about third down options in air raid. I kind of want to find that DVD.
A DVD. A DVD in the year of our Lord 2025?
It's an old one.
Yeah.
Neil Brown to Penn State.
Some of us are still out here using DVDs, okay?
Okay.
For Ballistic X versus Sever.
I mean, only the best DVDs here.
All joking aside, it was lovely this is the first year I have made it to all the West Virginia home games in a very long time. That's been amazing. Well over a decade, because usually like musicals or something line up and I can't make
a show.
one.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But this is the one year when magically nothing fell on a football Saturday.
Yay.
Beautiful.
I actually have Penn State to thank for that, which is weird, but here we are.
We have the Heroes game, Iowa at Nebraska. Iowa beat that ass. This was interesting because a lot of people were like, oh, Iowa, 40 points in this economy. Iowa scored for over 43 times this year.
Yeah.
This is not your list voters. I love you. But sometimes I feel like we vote for Iowa out of reflex.
Poll inertia is real.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad, but it is real.
I feel like we got a lot of Iowa fans that just vote for Iowa just to vote for Iowa.
I mean, because honestly fair.
Yeah.
Whom among us?
There are people.
Whomst. Yeah, it's fun to say. Yeah, I don't. I feel like the TJ Zangief, the backup quarterback, did not have a fun time.
How many yards did he throw for?
Looks like 69 passing yards.
Nice.
Iowa. Look, man, they had a safety on a punt return. They got a safety on a punt return. Like how does that's maximum Iowa?
That is maximum
It was the
Iowa.
only safety this weekend.
The only safety this weekend.
Maximum Iowa.
I didn't even have to do a compilation. I was like, here you go. Here's the Iowa safety.
One safety.
People were like, there was targeting on that. I'm like, I'm not. Y'all can yell at the refs. Like, we can't change it. They ruled it a safety. It's a safety. Like, I mean, he the Nebraska returner bobbled the snap, picked it up, took 2 steps, like helmet right on the ball. Ball pops out right to the end zone, and Nebraska's lucky to recover it for a safety.
Miami at Pitt, we talked about a little bit. This was not even in the ballpark. It's fine.
I will say that it was like kind of in the ballpark for a lot, not all of the first half. And I was very mad both at officiating decisions and at Pitt for enabling poor officiating decisions. So that was fun. Also, I got some texts from Arthur as a result, primarily, I think, of the elf buzzball.
Yes.
And that included, should I buy these shoes? They're really expensive, but they're shiny. And Arthur, did you buy the shoes?
Yeah, I said in a later text, I will buy these shoes if Pitt scores a touchdown here, because they had like 1st and goal, and I was kind of thinking like, oh, they'll screw this up, but they didn't, so I bought the shoes.
You did, and they are very shiny.
Then I was like, I'm gonna buy another pair of shoes for every subsequent touchdown Pitt scores. They did not score again in the game.
No more shoes.
So.
At least you got a pair of shoes.
I didn't say anything about tracksuits though, so I still got to get my shopping in.
There you go. Wyoming
Pitt Girl and I are in solidarity, having both watch our teams get fed into the contraption.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Wyoming at Hawaii, the Thanksgiving weekend Hawaii test, the final one of the season, the Hawaii final. Hawaii wins 27-7. Kansai Matsuzawa, the Tokyo Toe, has tied the NCAA record for consecutive made field goals in a season at 25. He did miss the 26, but who cares? Yep. It was his only miss of the season. Kansai Matsuzawa is proof that you can do and be anything if you have YouTube and enough willpower. Go Bows. I think that's what Pitt Girl said.
Yep, that's what I said. I very rarely make it. I didn't make it all the way to the end of this game, but I very rarely make it to halftime of a Hawaii game. I stayed up after halftime specifically because I wanted to see Kansai Matsuzawa attempt to break the NCAA record. I do feel like I may have jinxed him a little bit by being like, hey, Hawaii, that touchdown you just got was great, but I really wish it would have been a field goal. And then they did go for a field goal and he missed it. But also, like, this man is living the dream. This man learned about football on vacation and was like, I want to do this. I'm going to learn how to kick. I'm going to learn English. I'm going to go to this little tiny school in Ohio. I'm going to get picked up by Hawaii and be like a serious candidate for the Lou Groza. Like, we love finalist. To see it.
He's a finalist. Him, Tate Sandell, and Georgia Tech's kicker are the final 3.
Do we have a vote?
We do.
We're voting
that was
right?
That was the final 3. That was the final 3 that I picked.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm the shoe is in for the toe. Did you see how much after the game how many lays they put on him? It's in the chat. Like all of the lays. Like he got
Oh my god, he really did get laid. Oh my god.
That's a mum. It's a mum, right? Topiary mum.
This is like he's got the like lay turtleneck.
I've never seen that many lays, but that's amazing. Congrats, Kanzai. Let's set the record.
I actually made it to past halftime of this game also, but I was I'd been up since 5, and so I was doing the kind of tired where you just sort of teleport in time.
Yep.
I made it to 12:45. I blinked and it was like 1:15 and it was at the end, and like Joey did the final tweet and I was there. And I was just like, okay. I like rolled over. I passed out, but I woke back up and I saw the end of it. So I was like, perfect.
I committed to going to bed after he missed the field goal. I was like, Hawaii's got this in the bag. I'm going to bed.
God.
The battle for Paul Onion, but Paul Onion.
Paul Onion's axe.
Paul Bunyan's axe Minnesota, you are 7-0 at home. You are 0-5 at the road.
And the bowl game will be a neutral site, so I guess we'll see what happens because ties aren't legal anymore.
No, that's true. I love that they won this one in the snow. Incredible scenes. Goldie the Gopher had the axe and got to hand it over to the team.
Hell yeah.
And they all took turns chopping down the goalposts after it. It's amazing. It was a snowy, wonderful game in Minneapolis. Just a magical trophy. Just so much fun. And what a great game.
Navy went walking in Memphis.
Memphis.
Walking in Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah, they went walking. They went for the longest non-scoring drive of the week. 18 plays, 69 yards, 10 minutes and 3 seconds, but they fumbled on the 1 yard line. You know what's funny? After that, it didn't matter. They did the same exact thing, but they put it in the end zone. And then they did it again. And then they won 28-17.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
hold up.
For you.
I'm getting some here. Marty Smith, no, we're still working on things. We'll get back to your interview later. Okay,
Marty, we'll do it.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, Marty. We'll get back to you.
You want to talk about a snow game? The hat game was a snow game.
Hat.
They put all of the fans on one side so they wouldn't have to dig out the away side of the stadium.
They were like, there are fans in the stadium, we promise. We just didn't want to dig out the other side.
You could hear them. You just couldn't see them. Invisible fans. I got a text from some of my friends who were watching this game, and I guess they showed the commentary guys in the booth before the game started, and they were both also wearing hats that look like the trophy. Yeah. And they were my friends were like, why hat? And I was like, because trophy hat.
Hat. Did anybody get a picture of what Brett Bielema was wearing? Because he looked like Stregonona.
He looked like Kenny from South Park. It was all around his face. If Kenny and Cartman had a child.
Oh, God.
Bertavius Bielema.
What lost this for Northwestern must have been those 4 turnovers.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Somebody posted that this was the Sickos game of the year. I missed a little bit of this one because it was on Fox and I only had the ESPN access, and
it was very stupid.
Yeah. So there was a point in the fourth quarter where I just see on the drive summary it goes fumble, field goal. And I was very confused from that. Tom Fornelli, of CBS, Cover 3 podcast, he says, to summarize the fourth quarter of Illinois Northwestern, which he is a big Illinois fan, which I believe he's an Illinois alumnus. He says, Northwestern turned the ball over 3 times on the same possession, and he puts in quotes, "You had to be there." Then it says Illinois fumbled the ball back to Northwestern at Illinois' 1 yard line. Northwestern then went backwards 7 yards before kicking a 26-yard field goal while down 7 with under 8 minutes to play.
Perfect.
Hat. Connor Onion was one of the commentators, and he was wearing the Land of Lincoln hat, the Lincoln style hat.
I know that we have our own coach of the year, and we'll discuss it later on. But
we do have that award.
Mark Carney at Kent State is one of my earliest and most forerunners in this contest.
I mean, yeah, he's doing a lot of work coaching Kent State and running Canada. Come on.
Getting Kent State from last year to 4-4 might be the most miraculous thing in FBS.
Excuse 4-4 in MAC play.
I was going to say, yeah, this is 5-win Kent State.
Yes.
5-7 Kent State.
This is the same Kent State that lost to a not great FCS team last year.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Beth.
Hey. They need this.
I know. God, they do need this.
I do.
St. Francis needs this.
NIU says so long farewell to the MAC. They are off to the Mountain West, of which they are neither.
And they're taking Ohio with them.
We could only be so lucky.
The entire state?
Yes. Yeah, this is in regard to the Ohio State, not the university, with which I have no quibble.
One last time with the Husky gif. Maction is magic.
Oh, yeah, we can't even use the Maction is Magic gif anymore because they're taking the Husky away.
Right.
This is bullshit.
Now we have to make a thing that's like the Mountain West is dark sorcery.
I mean,
Well, we could do Maction is magic, but have like Zippy the kangaroo do it.
oh, yeah.
Yes, it'd be even better.
Do they have a
Or
live
Pudge.
kangaroo
Can
mascot?
we get Pudge and do it? Let's
Yes!
get Pudge
I
to do it.
feel like Pudge would high five.
Yeah, Pudge
Cat-
high five.
We need to
Cat's
reach out and be like, we
notoriously
need
good
to.
about this.
Yeah,
Pudge is very easygoing.
Cat,
I think
cat,
he would.
cat.
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 We should reach out to them right away and be like, listen, we need to
I
recreate
can
a gift.
email
It's very
like
important.
I'll email Bowling Green. Like, hey, can we make a gift that says
Bowling Green, we have an idea. It's very important.
Bowling Green. Listen,
Army beats UTSA in the Alamo Dome.
Army figured out how to walk into the Alamo Dome.
I did.
27-24.
The Army does not walk, the Army advances.
I feel
Army
like
figured out how to march into the Alamo Dome.
I
There we
feel
go.
like that's kind of like the Alamo Dome was kind of negated for Army because San Antonio is known as Military City USA,
As
and
it
they got
turns out, the Army remembered the Alamo.
Yeah.
they did, and I feel like that that Alamo Dome lore disappears when the Army arrives.
SMU, what the fuck did you do?
Oh, God.
SMU, what the fuck did you do?
I watched
It's
I
Cal.
watched the last 46 seconds or 48 seconds of this game because I was waiting for the Iron Bowl to end. And then I just remember skating, okay, Coke Ponies, how's your 48-second offense? And honestly, it was pretty good. And they got down the field. And then Rhett Lashley did like a real dumb thing, like arguably clock commander thing, where he was like, okay, I'm going to kick the field goal. Reasonable decision. You got to kick the field goal at some point. But there were 8 seconds left. And that's enough time to run another play, even if you don't have timeouts. That's enough time, barring genuine disaster, that you can run another play before you kick the field goal. He did not do this. The kicker missed the field goal. And there were 3 seconds left, and they lost.
This game was just, why can't you be normal?
No.
Go ACC.
Sangapulitele had great numbers, 31-40, 330 yards, 4 TDs. I love Sangapulitele so much.
I feel like SMU got kind of interned here for a little bit in like the beginning, but then they got their feet underneath them. But they just couldn't stop Cal's offense. I mean, like SMU needed some defense. They just couldn't get a stop. They came back. They came all the way back to take the lead, and I'm like, stop them. And it's like SMU was like, no, I don't want to stop.
You can't make me.
You can't make me. And the mismanagement there at the end, I don't know what happened. And then like they got a really bad penalty, and then that ate their timeout. Because that penalty basically would have been a runoff, 10 seconds. And they would have had like 2 seconds left. So they had to burn that final timeout. The center had a really bad false start. Like, if you look at it, he like snapped it and then he just held it. He's like, and then he was like, okay, put it back down and then snapped it again. And I'm like, you can't do that. So I don't know, man. I feel bad for SMU missing a chance at the ACC title game. But congrats to our next ACC team right after this one, or down the line a little bit, I guess.
First off,
ACC teams here.
Yes.
So
Virginia beats Virginia Tech for the second time in 20 years.
yay!
That was another beating of that ass.
Every time Virginia wins this game, they go to the ACC championship game.
That's right. That's
An angel gets its wings.
Ironically, by taking them off a turkey.
Yeah.
Then we had, as friend of the program, Holly Anderson described, watching Dave Doran put out a lit cigarette in Mac Brown's eye. NC State 42, UNC 19.
You mean Bill Belichick?
Oh, Bill Belichick. Sorry. Yes.
I learned to never make a GIMP joke on Holly's Facebook because on Holly's Blue Sky because it will ruin my mentions for the rest of the day.
Oh my god. Yeah. Thank you to friend of the show for making the ball, or friend of the show. Who even was that?
It was Major.
Yeah. Thank you to friend of the show, Major, for making a ball gag joke. Please never do that again. Thank you.
I unfollow that because I'm like, I can't.
And then
there are some things that I wish I could unsee. Also, I do want to state for the record before we get off this game that Bill Belichick was wearing a puffy coat. The puffy coat lives.
The puffy coat lives.
I mean, I would assume that's standard, like UNC Jordan brand issued. So I don't think that was like.
I want to see if I can.
I don't think Mac Brown had his own line.
I didn't know if it had Air Jordan or Air Jordan on there. I did not look.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You. That was it. We talk about.
It's a jump person logo of some sort.
We have Virginia on one side of the ACC championship game.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we have these great teams in the ACC. Miami's been playing really well. Pitt's been playing okay. But then here comes little old 5-loss Duke.
Woohoo!
Hi, guys. Can I play in the championship game?
Now,
Save your jokes because we're about to spend a lot of time on this game.
People keep talking about, like, how could Duke be in the ACC championship game with 5 loss? Like, people legitimately are having trouble understanding it. They're like, how is a 7-5 team ranked ahead of a 10-2 team? Like that, how does that make sense? Listen, Pat Narduzzi told you, non-conference games don't count. They are not important.
They don't count.
That's right. Losing to UConn doesn't mean anything.
Duke could have lost all of those games 110-0.
True.
They're in the ACC championship game.
I mean, you got to understand, anytime you have an ACC, this is the equivalent of letting the kids decide if they want to have ice cream for dinner. They're always going to tell you they want to have ice cream for dinner. And ice cream in this case is 7-5 Duke.
Yeah, I mean, look, I will say this again. The ACC is exactly what I want a college football conference to be. She is a dumb bitch with terrible taste. She will never change. She will never improve. And that is a promise. And that's exactly what I want. This is supposed to be fun, kids.
On Cover 3 podcasts, so I drove 10 hours today, so I listened to a lot of college football podcasts, ones that I don't usually listen to. So I was listening to Cover 3 from CBS, and they were already like, well, shit, if Duke wins, does that mean we get JMU and the winner of North Texas Tulane in the playoff, and there's no ACC representation? And I started cackling. I started fucking cackling.
I feel like the committee is going to find a way to shoehorn Miami in, but we'll see.
No, there's no way they can. There's no path for that to happen.
This is going to be a spicy meatball.
How about Miami? Miami will be the team, one of the teams that you have to hear a lot about over the next week. It's not going to amount to anything. Miami and Texas, those are the two that you're going to hear people talking about, and nothing is going to happen there.
And Miami's going to end up, in El Paso or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they can go eat the Pop-Tarts again. Well, I guess they didn't get to eat the Pop-Tarts because they didn't win, but they can go play for a Pop-Tart again.
Baylor needed to beat Houston to get a bowl game. Did not happen. Sawyer Robertson had a very bad, no good day. 3 interceptions. He actually might move up on Detmer. I haven't run the numbers yet. We also have Maryland at Michigan State in a dome. Michigan State won.
Yeah, Maryland, they've completed their season. They started 4-0. They finished 4-8.
Yep. Perfect. No notes. Maryland football. I love your commitment to the bit.
But I mean, Maryland and ULM kind of did the same thing. ULM started 3-1, finished 3-9. Maryland, we're Old Bay, Tony Satcheries, we're all just alike.
ULM, the Maryland of the Sun Belt.
Oh God!
Oh God!
So mean.
Yeah, ULM doesn't deserve that.
Why you gotta be that way?
September Warhawks. Okay.
I mean, it hasn't been totally untrue.
I don't feel like that's mean. I just feel like that's happened 2 years in a row to ULM.
Yeah,
we'll get into more of it next time, but Michigan State did fire their coach after a win, which is always fun.
Yeah, it's great.
Our beloved Temple Owls needed 1 game to be bowl eligible.
Oh.
Yeah, not this one.
And North Texas fucking took it out.
Beat that ass.
They got palindrome to 52-25. That's uncommon.
Yeah.
Now, what I really liked in this game, shout out to Temple's punter. I need to look this up. Well, someone else can look it up. Shout out their punter.
Shouting out the
Temple pinned North Texas on their own 1 yard line.
They did.
And all of that meant was that North Texas got 2 99-yard touchdown drives. Both took only 5 plays to go those 99 yards.
Yeah. So first scoring drive, 5 plays, 99 yards, less than 2 minutes in the first quarter. Then to open the second quarter, 5 plays, 99 yards, a minute 46. So they got it even faster.
Yeah, this game was a lot, and I watched or like passively watched while working on things. This entire game, because I have a vested interest in Temple football, God help me. And this game was a lot of North Texas like sprinting in various directions and then Temple sitting on the ball for a while, which worked until it didn't work.
Well, North Texas opened the game with 5 for 5 on touchdown drives.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it didn't work very long.
No,
but it did work
didn't.
for like I had a little bit of hope for like 30 seconds, you know.
Speaking of punting, I saw more gunners fuck up downing punts like within the 5 this weekend than I have seen in ages.
Fun.
Like just over and over again, watching punters overrun the ball or try to like hold on for too long before they hit the ball, and the ball just bounces into the end zone. It was wild. Mitsu gets a win. They beat New Mexico State in overtime, 31-24. Texas State is bowl eligible. They beat South Alabama.
They jumped in the San Marcos River. DJ Kinney had his 8-year-old with him.
Aww.
Jumped in into the San Marcos River along with the chancellor again. So it's now a tradition. I think that's 3 years in a row for Texas State.
I believe so. I remember
That's
the
a
first
beloved
year.
tradition unlocked.
That's right. Make a bowl
UTEP
game,
at
jump in the river.
Delaware blows out UTEP 61-31, and this sends our beautiful, beautiful Blue Hens bowling, as far as we know. Nick Mini Coochie.
HR.
It's Nick Minicucci, but yes.
Yeah, you gotta say it normal.
You gotta say it. HR. 311 yards passing, 4 touchdowns.
Is the emphasis on the mini or the coochie?
HR.
Upset.
Bridget.
I'm reading the copy. I'm reading the notes.
Hang on, Marty Smith. We got important stuff we got to get to first.
Nick Minicucci, 311 yards, 3 TDs, 47 yards on the ground, and 1 TD. He's a great quarterback. Mm-hmm. He's just so much fun to watch this year. Troy beat Southern Miss, which means Troy has won the West 3 of the last 4 years in the Sun Belt. And they will be facing off the soulless killing machine, James Madison.
Oh, no.
In the Sun Belt Championship game.
The contraption.
Clemson beat South Carolina.
Yeah.
Clemson.
The most down Clemson team in a while. South Carolina can barely do shit.
I don't know that anyone actually won this game. I think this game just happened.
It just happened. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
It's a loss for us as a society, really.
Did anyone feel good about this? Because I don't think anyone feels good about this.
I think Clemson had a big defensive play, and a bunch of people in the stands for South Carolina like flipped them the bird.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was like checking in on the Palmetto Bowl.
Got to be careful. Flipping someone the bird at that game could mean someone is throwing a chicken at you.
True.
The Arn Bowl. Jordan Hare is a cursed fucking place. Alabama 27, Auburn 20.
That is a word that I can't say.
What?
The name of this bowl game. It's one of the words that people from my area of Pennsylvania can't. Say like an arm my clothes.
Arn Bowl. Arn City Beer.
The Arn Bowl.
Yeah, okay.
Arn City Beer.
Arn City, yeah.
On the plus side, Pitt Girl, you got to avoid getting
my clothes.
You got to avoid having DJ Durkin as your head coach.
Indeed. I have not been DJ Durkin, and thank God for that.
I loved that there was, at least the way it was sold to the public, that Auburn was going to make a decision about the future of their program based on the result of this game.
Do not ever decide about the future of your college football program based on the result of a rivalry game. Least of all the fucking Iron Bowl. Jesus Christ.
But but think about it this way. How many ADs do just do that? At least Auburn was being upfront about it.
I mean, yeah, but like, we're
going to make an emotional decision, we promise.
You know how each school gets to bring their own balls?
Yeah.
Like games, they bring their own. Mm-hmm. Did Auburn dip all of theirs in like silly string or like slippery shit?
Yeah, but I don't see why you would do that to yourself.
I don't either, but Auburn could not hang on to the goddamn ball.
They dipped the ball. They dipped the ball in the Yellowwood oil.
They were trying so hard to give it away, and then they were really very good at it.
And then
Then they did give it away.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Give it away now.
Yeah.
But Bama forcing this fumble of Auburn got the Blue Hens to a bowl game, so I think it's worth it.
Auburn has made a noble sacrifice for you, Delaware. You're welcome.
Right. That's right.
Newark, Delaware, and Tuscaloosa, friends forever.
Correct.
The best game that I watched on Friday, and I watched Lone Star Showdown, but San Diego State, New Mexico came down to it.
Oh,
it really did. That game slapped.
Awesome. That was awesome. It was so awesome.
Eck.
Again, not to get into other things, but Eck just got an extension at New Mexico.
Let him cook. Let the man cook.
He got a 5-year extension.
Extension.
That's right.
This was probably one of my favorite looking games this weekend too.
The
turquoise and the San Diego State helmets.
Oh yeah,
with the Aztec markings, which are great.
Fantastic.
I won't tell you guys how long it took for me to explain to my parents FBS, FCS versus D2.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was that took
ongoing struggle.
That took a lot of effort. In some action news, Buffalo needed a win over Ohio. Did not get it.
The Lobos won in overtime. My favorite part was Albuquerque was so loud in OT.
Yes.
They caused 3 straight false starts.
Yeah,
on the Aztecs in OT, and they wound up pulling it off. And shout out to the kid stealing the pylon in the corner.
Yes.
We sold
Welcome
a couple
to the
of hats.
committee.
Yes, he stole the pylon.
Was that X kid?
So we have unconfirmed information from an Instagram source that indicated it was one of X kids that did it on a dare for $50.
Hey.
Now, we haven't confirmed this, but this is just, we've been getting Instagram stories, legit sources, like the Brazil game, it's weird. And so this is what a reporter from Albuquerque advised us of. I don't know if it's true or not, but that person stole the pylon.
But
it sounds plausible.
If you know things, slide into our DMs. We want to know too.
Let's do some research. Who here would steal a pylon for $50?
Yes. I would steal a pylon for free.
I would
steal a pylon if I got to keep a pylon.
Yeah.
We're going to have to start having a signal thing where people can send us encrypted
Please
tips.
Report any tips to compliance@sickoscommittee.org.
Yes. So nothing is confirmed. It's unverifiable, I will say. But it's cool if that was true.
Kansas needed to win a game to be bowl eligible. Utah said nope.
Nope.
I mean, I don't think Utah said nope. I think Kansas was the one that said nope here.
Kansas had Jalen Daniels had a horrible throwaway in the end zone.
I mean, so
what was that?
The full stats here. Jalen Daniels, 10 of 27 for 187 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. Kansas had 4 drives that reached at least the Utah 25-yard line that resulted in 0 points for Kansas and 7 points for Utah.
Oh, no.
On a 97-yard pick six when Kansas was trying to throw the go-ahead touchdown. They were down 3 in the red zone, trying to go in front, and they threw a pick six to turn it into a 10-point game. and that was a margin that they never could recover from.
Yeah, that kills the Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like Utah didn't look great. Like this was a game that Kansas had to try to give away.
Yeah.
Tulane needed to beat Charlotte to get to the American title game. They handily beat Charlotte. Although there was a problem in this game.
There was like Tulane did not look good. Like they could have put this game away like 28-0 after like the first quarter, but they had two horrible turnovers like inside Charlotte's 5-yard line, like a fumble, and then they had an interception. And it's just if you want to win the American, you can't do that. And it's been a bit of a bugaboo for Tulane, but they did win this 27-0. Charlotte didn't really threaten ever. Charlotte's punter was one of the hardest working punters of the week with 9 punts on the weekend.
Hey, Commish.
Yeah.
It's hate week, bitch.
Nah.
Tulane North is hate week.
Can we get a foghorn in here? Like,
yeah, remind me. I'll get a foghorn in here too.
Okay, yes.
Let's see here. How about East Carolina 42, FAU 3? Ooh.
The rare double coast. Like they both, it was 42-3 at halftime, and nobody scored for the rest of the game.
Everybody just decided that was enough. I guess.
I was like, that's enough. We'll just
we're
play
done.
it out. We're
Everybody
done.
take a nap.
We're good.
You good? I'm good.
I'm good. You gonna try to come back? No, I'm not gonna try to come back.
We have our Conference USA title game is going to be hosted at Jacksonville State in Jacksonville, Alabama, against your Kennesaw State Owls. Kansas State needed to beat Colorado to go bowling. They are going bowling. Wait, I'm getting something. Marty, nope. We're still talking about games.
It's not time yet.
Marty, not time. We still got some games to go through. So we'll get to you, Marty Smith. Just hanging out in front of the Sickos Committee banner. We'll get you shortly.
Stay tuned. The announcement is imminent.
UCF needed to beat BYU. When I saw this game last, UCF was up 14-0.
Yes. Yeah. I was like starting to be concerned about BYU's welfare. And then it turned out to be fine, I guess.
BYU very much had like, just had to get the kids down. I don't fucking have time for this shit. Yeah. Energy in this game once things began to pop off.
Yeah. BYU just took a little bit. It was kind of like, UCF was just hanging out, and then like the kids are just messing around.
It was a dad nap.
Then one of them starts acting up, or like something breaks, and BYU had to get up. Like, all right, I'm done with this shit, and just beat the crap out of UCF.
Rice needed to beat USF to be bowl eligible. Don't ask how that went.
It did not happen.
No.
There was a huge fan section of South Florida fans in the stadium with tarps off, and
hell yeah,
I was like, let them on the pirate ship, please. Yeah. I mean,
why not?
Come on, man. I don't know what's going on. Like, let them on the pirate ship.
What's the point of having a pirate ship if you don't have an army of fans with tarps off on the pirate ship?
We were trying to convince Puddles to go join the tarps off fans at WVU because it was the first I had seen that happen there.
How did that go?
What did he say?
Well, he was very bundled up for this game.
Yeah.
Like, you could go over there. Like, you got plenty enough clothes to get warm again. And I got sort of nah. That's what we got from him.
Yeah. Nah.
And then both of the nephews are like, we'll go instead, Dad. And yeah, that was shut down.
UNLV wins the cannon. Boise State fucks up and beats Utah State. New Mexico fans were so hoping.
I was very sad.
So we haven't talked about this yet, right? How the Mountain West, because this has happened before where they've used these computer rankings, but once again, we had to wait until they actually announced. I'm sure if you wanted to, you could have like reverse engineered their rating system, because they do tell you what computers they're using. It's a average of 4 different computers, and whichever team is highest in the rankings that is the team that the tiebreaker picks. So in this case, Boise State comes back to win this game, and then the computers say, you're one of the teams we want in the Mountain West Championship game.
Sure. Why not?
But they didn't announce it until Sunday morning. Like every other conference championship game, we knew who it was going to be Saturday night. And this one, they kept us waiting.
Always leave them wanting more.
We got to go rapid fire here. So Fresno, San Jose State, 41-14. Kennesaw State beats Liberty in overtime.
Hang on. We got to talk about this Fresno State, San Jose State game because there were 8 total turnovers.
Yes.
In this game. San Jose State's passing line, 11 for 34, 114 yards, 0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Not good.
This was across multiple quarterbacks. They gave a couple guys playing time, and it didn't really seem to matter.
All right, I'm gonna start rolling here. Mm-hmm. Kennesaw State beats Liberty in overtime. Overtime, I'll win. Hootie fucking who?
Hoot.
Arizona wins the Territorial Cup 23-7. Jeff Sims, not a great night. 3 interceptions, 5 total turnovers for Arizona State. Brett Brennan, great job. Turnaround after the year. TCU beats Cincinnati 44-23. It was not a bowl game, even though it did feel like one. USC wins the victory bell 29-10. Mizzou beats Arkansas 31-17. This loss puts Arkansas at a negative point differential on the season. How dare they?
I was like watching this game. I was hopeful when Arkansas State led 17 or Arkansas led 17-14 at halftime, but they did not score in the second half, and Missouri did. And Missouri scored more than they would have needed to keep Arkansas positive point differential going 2-10. They are now negative point differential going 2-10, which is not all that remarkable.
FIU puts a 50-burger on Sam Houston, 56-14, 4 turnovers for Sam Houston. And the Ram Falcon trophy, which it's a ram trying to headbutt a falcon on a trophy. It's great.
That's going to go one very specific way.
Yes. Ram's like, all I got is one move. Ram. That's it.
Falcons are like, we are not in the same weight class.
We're not in the same weight class. No, I'm a fly.
What if it's Captain Falcon and it's like a Super Smash Brothers game?
Falcon Punch.
Falcon Punch.
Very literally the featherweight division.
All right. Air Force 42, Colorado State 21. Colorado State rushed for 12 yards, but their leading receiver was their starting running back, who had 8 catches for 135 yards. Perfect.
Oh, to have a starting running back.
JMU kills Coastal, and also Coastal didn't fire their coach. Apparently, Coastal maybe had a Civil War reenactment at halftime.
They did. I saw.
JMU won.
Wait, no, it was a Revolutionary War reenactment.
Okay, Revolution. Nobody knows what targeting is. Nobody knows.
They've already had like medieval, like some sort of medieval one. They're going Revolutionary War, so they're just going through all the various wars of history.
History. Perfect. Coastal. I like it.
Reenact naval battles. You have the surf.
We can have a Naumachia. Yes. Yeah.
I want to see Coastal reenact that war between Australia and emus.
Perfect. Speaking of bird wars, the Red Bird rivalry, Ball State loses to Miami, Ohio, 45-24. Miami, Ohio, back in the MAC championship game again.
You're not celebrating gay Cardinal season at all.
Not at all. Indiana, I said Purdue would score 3 points against Indiana, and it would piss Kirk Cinetti off. I was correct. Indiana won 56-3.
I had all my Ohio State family with me at this game, who were all talking about how like they're not worried about Indiana. And I was like,
oh, buddy,
you should be concerned.
You should be extremely concerned.
He has but one mode, and that mode is murder.
Hey, Marty, not yet. We're still dealing with more games. So
we got too much to talk about, Marty.
We'll get you.
Announcement remains imminent.
Announcement does remain imminent. Yes.
I'm gonna breeze through some of these, but shout if you got something here. Iowa State 20, Oklahoma State 13. Oklahoma State, one of the closest games they played this year.
They've been playing close at the end. They just can't get over the hump.
ODU 27, Georgia State 10. Clean old-fashioned hate, a.k.a. the Atlanta Football Classic, sponsored by Invesco QQQ.
It was the Invesco QQQ Atlanta Gridiron Classic. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. I'm off
correct.
brand. I'm off brand. They allowed Georgia only 70 passing yards, which I thought was a pretty valiant effort.
I mean, I don't know if that was about allowing or Georgia just wasn't really trying to do that much. Like, Georgia was very happy to only win this game 16-9.
Yeah.
This one was not a banger, which was not for me.
They used all the banger energy last year. It's fine.
I mean, it wasn't like a bad game. It's just
no.
Not a
style
banger.
of football. Like, Georgia doesn't want to play a super exciting game, at least in terms of points, in terms of offense. Like, Georgia going into this is fine with it being a very kind of boring, so to speak, game.
Hey guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we don't need this. I mean,
I guess you deserve this one, but
I
also
was watching Indiana Purdue this game instead because that was a more competitive game. I thought
Texas A&M won this game because when I watched it, it was 17-3.
Yeah,
Texas A&M.
That
was it. 17. Texas A&M. When I was watching the game, Texas A&M scored 17 points, and Texas only scored 3.
The most dangerous 17 points, the most dangerous lead in college football.
17
but somebody
but
somebody told me not to watch the game, and that's why Texas won. So Aggies blame Jordan for telling me not to watch the game.
Arch Manning, Heisman candidate? ?
Like every third quarter, maybe.
I'm sorry.
Eligible for
give it
nomination.
Can he be preseason Heisman 2 years in a row? Yes. Give it to Diego already, for God's sakes.
Yes.
Diego for Heisman. Or Fernando. I'll take either, actually. Fernando Mendoza, too.
I feel like Diego deserves it as a sort of lifetime achievement award.
Yes.
I feel like if you took Diego out of Vandy, that is a bigger difference, which is, to me, the Heisman thing. If you took that player out, would that make the biggest difference on the team? The Vanderbilt, I was listening to the Vanderbilt radio call with my mom in the car, and she was like, "Who is this Diego Pavia guy?" I told her a little story. Right, as the Vanderbilt radio guys working, he is him. He is the god. He is amazing. He is Diego Pavia. Oh my god!
I mean, Diego Pavia in this game, like passing wise, he was only 18 for 28, 268 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He did run for 165 yards, so and a touchdown. So he was productive, but it wasn't like a statistically incredible game. But I think Vandy ended up being pretty comfortable here. They made more mistakes, I think, than Tennessee. Like, they turned the ball over, but they ended up just beating Tennessee pretty soundly here in Tennessee. Like, it was an impressive win.
I promised the Texas Tech fans who stopped by my tent that I would mention on the show this week that Jacob Rodriguez did score a second offensive touchdown in as many weeks.
That's right.
To start off the ass kicking that was that game.
They do know we don't have any Heisman votes, right?
I may or may not have mentioned that.
John Mateer threw 3 picks for Oklahoma, but saved the day at the very end.
I just want to state for the record that I was right that this game was going to be a crime against man and God.
It was right. It was beautiful. Shout out to LSU's punter, one of the hardest working punters of the week. Also had 9 punts.
God, LSU Oklahoma was such a look, Jackson Pollock made the fridge.
It was so ugly. It was so beautiful at the same time. It was just amazing.
We had some hating at Notre Dame. Marcus Freeman decided to run a fake punt up 14-0.
Sure. Why not?
Where on the field were they for the fake punt?
They were on their own 16.
That's the place to do it.
What was the result of this fake punt?
An 84-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Marcus Freeman making a statement for the committee, not us.
That's right.
The other one.
I mean, it's the end of the season. You gotta use your trick play that you practiced in camp.
That's right. They expire. Your trick play coupons expire by the end of the regular season.
I mean, if you want to use it again the next year, you got to practice it again in camp. So you might as well just use it now.
Mm-hmm. That's why they need the extra.
I think Texas Tech was up 42-0 when they ran their fake punt against us.
It's so mean.
It was incredibly mean.
Brutus Buckeye did a little bit of art in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
He managed to do a really, really good script Ohio. But the best part was he jumped from the O to dot the I.
Yeah, and he nailed it. It was beautiful.
And then he jumped back off so he didn't fuck up his snow art.
Yeah, very good. And then after he did that, he like ran through the snow to X out the M in the end zone. It's very good. I love mascot shenanigans.
I loved the like GAs for Ohio State frantically running on like
or the Michigan GAs,
the Michigan
frantically
GAs
running
to try
on
to erase it,
clear off the M. Yeah.
In some FCS news, the Bayou Classic, Commish, you were right. 1-10 Southern beat 7-4 Grambling.
There was, look, man, Southern had fired their coach, left for dead. Like basically, and it was just like, you can't, I was like, in the Bayou Class, nothing ever makes sense. And Southern wins this game by a point, 28-27. I just, like Southern was 1-10 coming into this game. Grambling was 7-4. Like this is classic Bayou Classic right here.
As God intended.
That's right.
I'm trying to figure out if this is the first time that Mississippi Valley State has beat Florida A&M. It's not.
It's not. No, they beat them like
won
a couple
once
years
before.
ago.
Last year, actually.
Yeah, it's 2 in a row. 2 in a row.
2 in a row. 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
Man, family's damn bad. In the FCS playoffs, I'm going to jump to my favorite one real fast because it's the one I want to talk about the most.
Playoffs.
We had the Ancient Eight deigning to come down from the mountain to play football with the plebs. Harvard went to Villanova. Nova said, fuck you, 52-7.
I mean, if
Nova
only.
Nation.
Is Nova the plebs? If Nova is the plebs, I have questions for you.
Yes, Nova's the plebs.
If only they let some team in that beat Nova earlier this year, Monmouth, 51-33. Yeah. But no, they gave the bid to Harvard. Harvard.
Well, we thought the bid stealer was
you know who
Yale.
went to Villanova? The fucking Pope. This is not a pleb school.
No.
Also not in Philly.
Yale went to Youngstown State, went to the Ice Palace, and came back from a 35-7 halftime deficit to win this game.
Penguins, no. Penguins, why?
Penguins.
The
honor of private schools or of public schools rested with you.
7 minutes and 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Yale is down 28, 42-14, a 99.8% win percentage for Youngstown State. Yale goes back down, gets a touchdown, hits the 2-point conversion. It's 42-22. Why does that 2-point conversion matter? They rattled off 21 straight in the fourth quarter, and they win by a point, 43-42. I tried to find the largest second half comeback in FCS history, and I found 3 games that were more than this. There was a 35-point comeback in 1991. Nevada trailed Weber State 49-14 with 12-16 remaining in the third quarter. They won that one. They won that one 55-49. Morehead State trailed Wichita State 35-3 with 9:03 remaining in the third quarter, and they come back and won that game 36-35. Montana trailed South Dakota State in 1993 38-7 with 8:12 remaining in the third quarter, a 31-point deficit overcome. They won the game 52-48. That was a lot of scoring.
Holy shit.
Yes, incredible.
45 points in.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know what happened there, but they went off in that game. So Yale up there. I can't verify if this was the largest playoff comeback in FCS, but it is up there for sure. And
what is Yale's reward?
They get to go to Bozeman to face Montana State. Have fun.
Historic Bozeman. Bozeman. And other news, Rhode Island defeats Central Connecticut State. We also have Drake taking the L.
I love Rhode Island. Their next game, they get to go all the way across the country to go play UC Davis. Have fun.
Drake takes the L at South Dakota. Illinois State absolutely jumps all over Southeastern Louisiana and wins 21-3. It's that Missouri Valley Conference stuff, let me tell you.
Yes.
Our cardiac Cardinals from Lamar are no more. Abilene Christian beats them 38-20 in a giant fucking snowstorm. South Dakota State beats New Hampshire 41-3.
It was nuts. I mean, I gotta give a shout out to all the shovelers, like all the volunteers, the D3, FCS, whatever. Like they had volunteers like running across the 5-yard lines, like every 5 yards.
Yes.
And then just like clearing out where you could spot the ball and stuff, and just doing that in between TV timeouts. It's just an incredible, awesome job. D3, NAI, all those levels, man. It was amazing.
And then lastly, North Dakota takes down 13 seed Tennessee Tech, undefeated in FCS until that point.
Yeah. Maybe they were right about Tennessee Tech being that low, because the 7-5 North Dakota Fighting Hawks took it to them. Like it wasn't close.
I feel like Dakota should be measured differently.
It is. There needs to be like a Dakotaometer or whatever.
Remember that you are a Dakota.
Oh, hey, sorry, we didn't get to you, Marty. We'll talk. I guess we'll talk on Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah, we'll get to you on Tuesday. We called a meeting for 9 a.m. and we'll do that. Is that okay, Marty?
You can just stay put until then. I hope that's okay.
Actually, 9 a.m. doesn't work for me.
Oh, we're gonna have to do it.
9:30.
What about 1 p.m.?
It's got to be after 10:30 because that's when McDonald's stops serving breakfast, and like I might be hungry tomorrow morning. I don't know.